All right, hello. Happy Monday. Happy money making Monday, I should say. Hope you all are having a really great start to your year, having a really great day, and you are ready. I want to know, like, for real, if you have started trading already, how has your trading been going so far this month? I'm trying to send a message out real quick, y'all, so please bear with me. Let me know how your trading has been going so far. You know, I'm not gonna lie, for me, it's been a bit up and down with the few trades that I've put in. Um, when you're going through some stuff, sometimes, even though that's not the intent, it can impact how you trade. And so that's what's happened with me. So I'm just, kind of been monitoring myself right now, like, all right, Leona, you know what I'm saying? You can't be starting out the year rough. But life happens and things happen. So, I tell myself, don't beat yourself up about how your trading has started off, but also I will encourage you, to encourage yourself as well. No matter how long you've been trading, y'all, not every week, every month is going to play out exactly how you anticipated or how you want it to, so that's just what it is. I see Veronica. Welcome. Most definitely. So as y'all come on, do me a favor. I really appreciate it if y'all can. First of all, let me know where you're tuning in from, what city, what state, what country. If you want to rip your country, by all means do so. Drop it in the chat. If you're watching a replay, drop it in the comments. The next thing is, if you were with me in 2024, and you were tuning into these sessions and they helped you, let it be known, whatever it is that you took away from these sessions on a weekly basis, whatever results you got from what you've learned, drop it in the comments. You don't have to put dollars or nothing like that if you don't feel comfortable with that. But if it's something in particular that stood out to you in 2024 and it helped your trading, feel free. I'm asking you to drop it in the chat for those of you tuning in live. And if you're watching a replay, drop it in the comments, because, I know sometimes we don't want to share and everything. But my thing is this, y'all. If we're being gifted with something, especially for free, why would we hold on to it? We complain about and we talk about people gatekeeping. But then when people aren't gatekeeping, we turn around and do it ourselves. That's not right. So share what's helping you, what has helped you, because somebody else may have received value from it as well. Or they may be like, now I need to start tuning in because that's something I'm lacking, or that's something I need more emphasis on and whatnot, right? Also, do me a favor. On top of that, after you comment what you have gained from these sessions on a weekly basis, make sure that you like this video. So YouTube, I need you to hit the thumbs up. Okay, I got it. We do the hearts and stuff and everything, but definitely hit the thumbs up for sure. And also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so, and press the notification bell too, y'all, because you want to know when I'm going live. 2025 has started out a bit challenging for my family, to say the least. With people passing away and whatnot, but things have changed, plans change, and if you want to make sure that when I'm live because something's changed, then hitting that notification bell. If you're not part of the Prosperity Cause community, that's going to help you do so. I appreciate that, Veronica. Thank you so very much for putting that in there. The information did help in 2024. I'm here to support you and continue to learn. Gotcha. Gotcha. Awesome. So this week, because this is going to be our first one, I'm going to do less talking and we're going to go more into the charts just to kind of give you an idea of how things are going to go. But let's go right now, because we got all the formal stuff out the way for the most part. Okay, that's not the right one. That's the right one. All right, so Let's do this disclaimer and then we're going to get into it. So remember, y'all, trading and investing in any market can contain substantial risk. It is not suited for every individual. Every trader and investor learns and performs differently, thus the results will not all be the same. There is a potential for a trader and investor to lose all or more than their initial investment due to numerous factors. Therefore, it is suggested that each trader and investor only invest money that can be lost without jeopardizing their financial security and or lifestyle. Y'all remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a licensed trader. I don't work with CFTC in any capacity. Y'all, I'm a student. Just like most of you, the only difference is I'm sharing with you all my journey, things that have worked for me, but also things that have not worked for me in the past and to date. Okay. So please make sure that every bit of information that I'm sharing right now, you remember this is for educational purposes only, and the expectation is for you, the viewer, to do your own research. Y'all, I am fine, perfectly fine. I actually want you to fact check me. Seriously, y'all, because I'm not the end all be all when it comes to trading. Again, I'm a student just like y'all. The only difference is I'm willing to open myself up and share with people, whereas some people may not be willing to do that or not in the position to do that. And that's perfectly fine, okay? Remember, all traders and investors that utilize any strategies discussed on this channel, services and products shown will do so at their own risk, y'all. Past profits do not guarantee future results. And again, I cannot stress this enough. This information is being provided for educational purposes only. So please, please, please take what I share with you today. Go do your own research. Apply in the capacity you see that you should apply. Get the results, and then boom, you should be good to go. Okay? So one of the first things I wanted to talk about, which is what I wanted to do last week, but with everything that occurred, I want to talk about a few lessons learned in 2024. So one of the things that I learned really big in 2024 was the power in pivoting, because pivoting in the forex market, specifically for me and for those who follow the systems, right, who followed instructions, who asked questions, who studied and applied, those individuals definitely learned to minimize loss as well as working more on risk management. 2024, I will say, I think I really like harped on risk management, risk to award, like every single week on every live stream I was on that talked about trading. Risk management came up in there. Risk to reward ratio came up like it did not matter. But we did work on minimizing loss and risk. We look for low risk setups for the most part. We maximize our trading opportunities. So in doing the trading journal, we were able to, those of us that work together and everything, we were able to identify times that work best for us to trade, and then also times that are not really great for us. And it doesn't mean that that's not a good trading time at all. It's just for us and our schedule, what we have going on, we identified that certain times, certain sessions work best for us. Okay. And then on top of that, we built resilience, y'all. I gotta say, last year was actually one of my best trading years to date. Because now December last year I hit 6 years, so we're talking 6 years of trading. That was actually my best trading year, because we were looking for low risk setups. I got much tighter on my risk to reward, like locked in on my risk to reward, and then also I really practice on patience, which is going into this acronym that I have. I say the word dope all the time. So I figured, you know what? These are some things. These are some things that I do anyway in the market. And since I always use word, might as well put an acronym out there, right? So dope for me in trading stands for discipline, observation, patience, and execution. So the discipline comes in following our trading plan, right? This is another thing as far as lessons go that I learned in talking to people that did not follow their trading plans. Either they didn't have it. Now, I don't know if any of you all watching live or the replay experiences. But last year, I talked to people and they either did not have a trading plan or they created a trading plan, but they didn't really understand how to structure it, so they didn't really follow it. So this is why they did not get the results they wanted. They stopped trading altogether. I don't know if they're picking it back up in 2025, but I will say this. The discipline comes from us establishing a plan, following that plan. When we follow that plan, like verbatim, and do not pivot away from it, like don't take away from it, we make adjustments, of course, based off of the results we get. But I'm talking about like once you have a plan established, you need to follow that plan so that way you can see if that plan works for you or not, right? But there's discipline that's eventually built in that following that trading plan, right? And then it's the observation. So, in the market we say analyze, but it's observing. It's observing, what economy is doing, what at what time, what type of news consistently yields more liquidity or more volatility, right? It's a lot of things that I could like break down, but y'all don't want, like I said, I want to talk less this session and then do more of the markups and get some of y'all feedback. But I would just say observing and learning at the same time, those two things I feel like really help all of us that work together, helped each other in trading. It really helped us to get the results that we got, and then patience. Oh my gosh. Yeah. With the students I taught last year, like every single one of them said the same thing. Man, I got to work on my patience. I got to work on my patience, man. My patience. Patience is a virtue, and it's going to make you more money than anything else. Well, I won't say that. Discipline and patience and a consistency in doing those things, following your trading plan and whatnot, and risk management, like all four of those things I feel like is what's going to, I have the data to show that when you are disciplined, when you're patient, when you establish a trading plan and you follow it, right? And when you are really great with risk management, those four things is what's going to keep you in the market profitable long term, period. There's no other way around it. You cannot say that, hey, I'm going to make $1,000 every single week and you lack one of those four things. You have to have all four, okay, to be consistently profitable, right? So that patience really paid off last year for us, those of us that stuck with it, right? And we're consistent in the last part, which is execution. It's one thing to say that I'm learning this skill, but it's another thing to be active in learning, because learning doesn't mean just watching videos, listening to audio books or reading books and taking notes and stuff. It's the application. Y'all probably heard, the phrase like knowledge is power and all that. Listen, I used to say that until personal experience. I learned that I can know all of this stuff, but if I'm not applying it, then where's the power? It's the application of the information. It's the application of the knowledge that you're gaining. It's the application of that wisdom. It's the application that gives you that power, that gives you that, prosperity, that gives you that profit, right? So it's the execution. That's what my coach says all the time, every time. It's execution, execution, execution. And so that's the reason why I added in here, because I'm like, no, that is very true. A lot of us missed the mark in some of our goals in 2024, specifically talking to my people who trade. A lot of us missed the mark with our trading in 2024 because of the lack of execution. And it's the consistent execution. So discipline, observation, patience, and execution. Those four plus the power of pivoting are lessons that I learned personally in 2024. And that's on my end, and also in talking to people that I've taught, and also people that have taught me things in the past, just in communicating with them as well. So if there's anything that you're like, you know what, I feel like I need to work on something that was said with my 2024 lessons learned. I want you to drop it in the comments, okay? Drop it in the chat if you're watching live. Drop it in the comments if you're watching a replay. Out of those 5 things that I just said, pivoting, the power of the pivot, discipline, observation, patience, execution. Out of those things that I mentioned, is there any one of those that you're like 2025, I'm focusing in on this so that way I can get the results I want in 2025 as a trader? In the foreign exchange market, crypto market, stock market, whatever you're trading, if there's anything on here, go ahead, drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat. All right. So those are some lessons learned in 2024 when trading. So something else I did too, just before we get to the charts, right? Something else I did too. I did some research because we know we're about to get a new president here in the United States. And so as a trader in the FOREX market, I'm like, well, I need to know like what has the potential to really have a lot of movement in 2025 because we're going to have a new president. Y'all, I don't care if that's in a buy or a sell. Whatever has the most potential to move, that's going to give me low risk setups. That's what I want to go to. So this is 4 out of the, I think I have like maybe 10 things on my 2025 trading list that's available to people. And so one of them is USDJPY. I added this because I wasn't really trading forex pairs last year like that, to be honest. I was more of, gold, NAS 100, Bitcoin, like those were my main 3, right? And so every once in a while I dabble in US 30, but like I wasn't consistent with trading US 30. So those were my 3, right? But this year I was like, in doing the research last year, I was like, okay, so this is what I'm seeing. This is where I need to be going. This is the direction I need to go. Okay, so Veronica say I'm focusing on patience in 2025. You got it. You got it. I'm gonna tell you something. As we do these sessions on a weekly basis, what I want to do is do more marking up and then us looking for the opportunity to get into a trade, right? On the session. That's the plan. So even though I normally trade on a 1 hour, me personally, I'm going to do something different this year. And I'm going to drop down to like the 15-minute because we should be able to see something, especially with like USD, JPY, and Bitcoin. We should be able to see movement with those at night, right? I don't do gold, and I definitely don't do any indices at night. I only do those New York sessions, right? Or gold London session. So gold is London / New York. And then indices is only New York session. And that's around 9:30 Central Standard Time. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, so USDJPY. Okay, I got you, Veronica. That's what's up. This was my husband's pair when he was trading Forex. He would only trade USDJPY. And then there was only one cryptocurrency he would trade. So he had 2 things that he would trade, and that's it. So yeah, and gold, my bad. So it's 3. So yeah, so USDJPY, the reason why I picked that because that USDJPY, there's high liquidity, tight spreads, and there's opportunities for us to trade Tokyo and New York session, right? So we can make money for those people who work in the morning and they're at home at night. So you may not be able to trade during New York session where you can look at USDJPY in the evening, so before you go to bed, you can check it out, and then even, you could probably look at another session, but I personally wouldn't do it. I will be looking at it more so closer to New York session, right? So, and the other thing too with USDJPY is there's 3 different ways that you can trade it, right? So for my people who scalp, you can make a killing on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and whatnot, right? Because the patterns are consistent with USDJPY. You can do the trending, right? Now, I ain't gonna lie, this past week, last week, USDJPY was somewhat trending upward, but it was very ugly. So like, depending on the time frame you were looking at it, like I was looking at it on the 1 hour, and then the 15-minute, So I was bouncing back between those two. USDJPY wasn't looking pretty. Okay. Yes, it was going up, but it was not like a fluent up, right? It was one of them type of ups, right? So you could do the trend, right? So you could do trend following, but you also can do range trading. So with USDJPY, it does range kind of like Bitcoin does, which is why I think that's why I lean more towards USDJPY, because that's how I trade Bitcoin. I trade the breakout. So because it ranges a lot, it bounces between resistance and support a lot. You know, that percentage of time, me being able to make some money and go down to a lower time frame, it'll be better for me to make money with USDJPY trading one of those two ways, which is the trend or the range trading. For me personally, right, as a day trader, I'm not gonna say I'm a scalper, y'all, because I feel like scalping is more the person that's on like the 1 minute, 5 minute and stuff. You know, day trading is more like 15 and up in a sense, for me, because you're in the trades like 30 minutes, an hour, and whatnot. And people that scalping, they're not trying to be in the trade no 30 minutes. You know, so yeah, so that's USDJPY. Gold, y'all, ain't never letting go of gold. So I don't have a specific reason. I just know I love gold. I love the way it moves. I love the payout of it. And to be honest, I've learned it because I've been trading it for pretty much almost 6 years, actually, consistently too. Like, yo, I'm not letting gold go. So gold is staying on my trading list regardless. And then SPX500. So if you were with me last year, you know that I was doing more markups and trading NAS 100. But here's the thing. Again, I had to do the research and be like, well, what is it that President-elect Donald Trump is looking at? Like, what is his target? You know what I'm saying? Or what are his targets? And so, y'all know he's a businessman, right? He's all for business here. He's all for investing. So the banking, finance sector could definitely benefit from him being in office. And also the defense sector could see increase in spending, right? So being that we have a lot of companies that are a part of those two sectors in the S&P 500 in the stock market, that means that for me, I'm looking at possibly trading more SPX 500. Now, here's what I would say. This is not to say that, oh man, you know, SPX 500 is about to just shoot up or it's going to go down dramatically. Listen, I feel like everything in the stock market at this point, and y'all probably heard it from different analysts and whatnot, but we're due for a correction in the stock market because that thing has been running high for the entire 2024. Like, no lie, all these new all-time highs been created with S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq. Like, everything is all creating new highs. Same thing with Bitcoin, new highs, gold, new highs, like back to back to back. All of these things have created all these new highs in 2024. We're due for a correction. So I want to be able to capitalize on it, but I also want to make sure that I'm paying attention to what the president-elect is paying attention to, because that's how I'm going to make more money. All right. I'm not telling you to trade SPX 500 in the FOREX market. I'm telling you what I'm going to be doing that's on my trading list. Okay. And then Bitcoin is always going to stay because I invest in it, but I also trade it. Okay. And on top of it, because of President-elect Trump's stance on crypto, and he's very pro Bitcoin and whatnot, I will tell y'all this. I sent the message to people that have attended my crypto masterclass and crypto beginner boot camps and whatnot. I'm telling you, there is, if it doesn't happen on inauguration day or like that week of the inauguration for President-elect Trump, if Bitcoin does not create a new high, then y'all, the sale is happening. The sale is happening with Bitcoin. That price that I told them on the during the beginner boot camp that I just had for the my crypto people. I'm telling y'all that drop down is gonna be massive, but it's gonna take time. It's gonna be over the next year and a half. We're gonna have our bearish market with Bitcoin specifically, and then we're gonna be able to hop up in there, at that price point I gave them. We're gonna be able to hop up in there and buy up as much as we possibly can before before the next happening. So yeah, so those are the 4 things for me that I'm gonna be focusing on trading. I can mark up the other stuff, y'all. If you're looking at something else, like you're like, hey, I want to look at oil, I want to look at US 30 or whatever, like I can still look at those things and mark them up. But I'm telling you now, for me personally, I'm going to be trading these 4 things this year. Okay. I may still do NAS. It just depends on how it moves. I'm actually watching it right now. But yeah, it all depends on how it moves. But most definitely these four are it for me this year. Okay. So yes, a pullback is very, very due. It's overdue. All right. So biggest movers that I saw last week, because even though I did not do the session with everything that happened, I still was looking at the market, y'all. All right. So Bitcoin, everything pretty much dropped, which I'm pretty sure y'all realize that. So everything pretty much dropped. Bitcoin dropped last week for almost 7,000 pips, y'all. Man, can you imagine the payout for that? If you traded Bitcoin the entire week and you got at least half of that, your account is probably sitting pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? GBP/JPY actually moved much more than USDJPY last week. The prices did go down on that, but that went down 313 pips roughly, give or take a few pips. And then US 30 as well. US 30, along with everything else, but US 30 went down 861 pips, give or take. Okay. So pretty much last week the market was down. It was red. Were there buying moments? Yes, there were buying moments, but the overall week was a selling week, okay, in the FOREX market. So that is it. That is all on that. So now we're going to get to the chart. So let me remove this, and then I'm going to go to share screen. Let's see. Is it gonna let me? Oh, okay. This one. Okay, so yeah, I should be able to see my screen. I know you're not gonna be able to see me. Let me see if I can see it. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna do USDJPY real quick. I'm gonna go in order. So I say USDJPY, and then I'll look at gold, and then SPX500, and then Bitcoin to be last. All right, that's gonna be the order. Okay, so USDJPY. I believe I marked this up already. I think I updated this. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's the week high over there. I'm gonna mark up SPX500. I did not update this all the way. Oh my goodness. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. Oops. Let me update this. But yeah, I'm gonna do the whole process with SPX 500, and then I believe I just did gold today. I'll double check that one. And then I don't think I updated Bitcoin all the way, so I'll do that one on here as well. And if y'all have something you want me to look at, by all means, y'all can type it in the chat, and once I'm finished with those 4, then we can go to that. All right. So if you're new to me and you're like, Leona, what are you doing? I'm doing something called a top-down analysis. So the reason I do this is because this helped me to identify areas where price has been before and where it has a potential to return to. Is this a guarantee? Absolutely not. There's no guarantee that price is going to go back to where I saw it, okay, or where it's been. There's no guarantee, but there's a strong likelihood, there's a strong probability that price will go back there because we do see patterns being repeated and whatnot. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour on here, see what I mean? Like, let me make this a little smaller and then wider. So see how this just on the 4-hour, it's going up. You can see this is a higher high here. This is a higher high. This is a higher high. This is a higher high, right? You can see that it price clearly went up, but the pull back down is so great. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at from this high here to here down is 197 pips. From this high here down 200 pips. You see what I'm saying? Like the pullbacks are really big. And it's not like it's just a fluid, uptrend where you could just see it. Oh yeah, here comes the pivot. Like it's not choppy, but yeah, it's just an ugly movement up. Okay, is what I'm saying. So yeah, so that's the 4-hour. So like I said, y'all, I mainly trade on the 1-hour because I trade candlestick patterns. But I have been, back to what I used to do, which is a 15-minute here and there, but that's not, consistent for me. I still do my 1-hour time frame. So what I'm looking for here, just so you all can see it, is I'm looking for price to, as we saw on the 4-hour, go back to this, we saw that there was a turnaround. This is the field retracement area. The golden zone is between the 50% and the 618. That's what this green box represents. So in this area, I'm anticipating price pushing back up. Okay, that's the expectation. That's why it's green. Green means buy, red means sell. So the expectation is that if the market does follow the field like it's supposed to, or we are taught, I should say, then we should see price push up, which is what has happened, right? So back to the 1-hour. So now, because I look for candlestick patterns, not everybody trade candlestick patterns. I got it. Totally understand. If you don't trade them, that's fine. Okay, but I do. So what I'm looking for is a bullish candlestick pattern. So when I got on here earlier today, I was like, oh, okay, well, I see that the sale has slowed down. We have our smaller green candle. So this is a baby candle in the pattern called the Harami. And then after that pattern, we need to see a confirmation. The confirmation must be a buy candle because we are expecting a buy, right? So that's what I saw here. And then at the close of that confirmation candle, this is the expectation, what you're expected to enter here. Stop loss goes below the low. Let me move this out the way. So stop loss goes below this low here, okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing that for y'all to see. So you can either put it right here or totally up to you. If you're like, well, this is lower and this is a day low here, blah, blah, blah. You can do whatever you want to do as long as your account can handle it. This is the key. And I tell this to everybody, and I'm going to say this again in 2025. Y'all, practice risk management by knowing what your account can handle. You don't want to have a, let's say, from here to here, a 62 pip stop loss, and then your reward, you're looking at roughly, 60 pips or 70 pips. Well, that means you're doing a 1-to-1. We already know that we should be at least looking for, especially for my day traders, we should be looking for a 1-to-2 at a bare minimum. If you can get a 1-to-3, that's even better. because now you can take more lessons in the market than you could with 1 or 2. Definitely, you can't take them with a 1 and 1 like that. So if you get a 1 to 2, awesome. But if you get a 1 to 3, that's even better, right? So that means if I want my stop loss to be down here at 62 pips, then that means I need at least the opportunity to see 100 and let's say 140 pips, right? Or 124 pips, 125 pips, something like that, right? So that means price has to come up here to this previous week high in this area. It has to come up to close to this previous week high in order for me to make money and have a risk to reward of 1 to 2. Right? So it's up to you. You decide where you want to put your stop loss. So if you put your stop loss, let's say, all right, well, I'm going to do that and I'm going to make this my take profit 1. Then I'm telling you now, with USDJPY, y'all, it's going to take some time for that to happen. If you're a scalper, you don't want to take this trade. You don't want to take it like this, the way I'm trading on a 1 hour. You're going to need to look for a different setup, right? But if you're a day trader, I don't know. You might not see that in one trading day. That might take more than one trading day, so that would put you into a swing trade. So again, practicing this stuff in your demo account, though, y'all, practicing risk management, that's going to help you to establish a strategy and a plan that's going to work for you and your trading style, right? So that means if I did that, I need to take this off. Because if I'm looking to trade this and I want this to be my stop loss, so let's say, hold on, where is that? I'm trying to press the yellow, but the yellow line. Yellow line. If this is making sense, let me know, y'all. If it just confused you, let me know. Because I want to make sure I'm helping and not hurting. Oh my gosh, like I can't hit the yellow line. Okay, it's not letting me do it, but is it gonna? I don't know why it's not letting me. Okay, well, anyway, so stop loss. Bottom. I'm gonna have to leave it bottom center because for whatever reason I can't hit the yellow line. So this would be stop loss, right? And then that would mean this would not be a TP. This would not be a TP. We'll be looking for here. And this is risk to reward 1, 2. All right. Bam. Got it. So question is, how can I know how long it would take for a trade to play out? So when you are tracking your trades, like when you're practicing learning a particular currency pair, like USDJPY, the reason why I said it may not happen in that trading day unless there's like some news happening or whatever. It may not happen that trading day because I've been practicing trading USDJPY in my demo account because again, like I said, I wanted to start really trading it in 2025. So what I noticed is USDJPY does not move as fast as like gold does, right? I could look for 120 pip move to happen that day. And it could possibly, depending on the news that happens with gold, that could probably happen within an hour, 2 hours max. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see 120 pips. I could see 150 pips. Easy with gold. That's not the case with USDJPY. For me, for the amount of time that I've been trading it in my demo account, right? So again, it's the using your trading journal to help you to identify the time that you're getting into the trades, the date that you're getting into the trades, and the date that they're closing out, the time that they're closing out. If you do not track that right now and you're learning a currency pair or you're learning an indice or whatever, and you want to trade in 2025, make sure you're adding both the date and time that you enter it, but also the date and time that you exit out the trade. That gives you an idea of how long you're in trades for this particular currency pair, for this particular commodity, indice, etc. Right? And you can also identify the times of days that has been working best, that's been yielding you the most profit, but also the times of days that you've been taking more lessons in the market. So that would mean, hey, listen, like I said with gold, like I've tried in the past, I've tried to trade gold, Tokyo, you know what I'm saying, Sydney session and whatnot. There are some people who make a killing. But for me, it just, I don't know if it's a psychological thing for me, but it just never works out for me. Anytime I attempt to trade gold at night, it never works out. I end up losing the trade. But when I trade in the morning, London or New York session, I'm good to go, right? But that's through using my trading journal to help me identify the times of days that work best, but also how long I'm in trades, right? So hopefully that helps you. Y'all, keeping the trading journal is what's going to help you to identify what you should trade, how long you could potentially be in a trade, and the times of days, the times of the day that you should consider trading that particular thing. All right. So that's it for USDJPY. If you were to trade it on a 1 hour, then your risk to reward to get a 1 to 2, like I said, and your stop loss is down here. That means you're looking at a 62, 63 pip stop loss. Then you definitely need to look for a take profit up here. Okay. And like I said, this is the buy entry based off of it. So right now, because this is pullback, what we're going to want to see on the 1 hour, we're going to want to see this continue to do its pullback, do its thing. It might come back down a little bit more. That's fine. But we need to see for me and those who trade like I do with the candlestick patterns, I want to see a bullish candlestick pattern. More than likely, because this is going to be a trend that's going to start if the US dollar maintains strength, right? And the yen is weak, then that means that we will be looking for a bullish harami or a bullish engulfing. And engulfing simply is like this candle here, this candlestick pattern here. The first candle is smaller than the second candle. The second candle engulfs, the body of that candle engulfs the first candle. And the larger candle is green. And then we wait for a confirmation. In this case, like this, we need a confirmation. And once that confirmation candle closes, boom, we in the trade. So that means a total of 3 candles should move, should close. 1 will be red, 2 will be green. Okay. And after that happens, then we're entering the trade for a buy. That would be what we're looking for over here. Okay. Or another one of these. Okay. But again, that's 3 candles. Red candle first. Second candle will be smaller. Third candle must completely must close higher than the high of that second candle. And then once that one closes, boom, we in the trade. Okay. So give you a picture real quick so you know what I'm talking about. One, two, three. This is the engulfing pattern. Let me make this bigger. And this is bullish, meaning we're expecting and anticipating a buy. I'm going to try to make this a bit smaller because I don't want it to look like, so 1 red candle first needs to be small. Second candle needs to be green and larger than this candle. Third candle needs to be green as well and close above the high of the engulfing candle, right? Once it does that, this third candle closes, boom, we in the trade for a buy. That's what we want to see over here. Okay? That's it. That's all. Okay. Enough candlestick pattern talk. So USDJPY, again, on a 1 hour, that's the only way I would consider doing it if I were you. Now, let's go to gold. Gold is next. I believe I updated this. Let me see. Let me make sure, because I think I did it today. I didn't trade gold today. Busy day. Okay, so I need to update the day. This is the low here. And, oh no, that's the month high. Okay, so I need to do another one. Bam. All right, and I lock these so that way, because when I move around, sometimes I end up moving the lines, man. I'll be like, oh man, I gotta go back. Okay, so this is the previous day high, previous day low for gold. Next, I'm gonna look at the 4 hour to see if I need to make adjustments or not. So you can see that gold did drop tremendously in December, and now we're looking to pick those losses back up, right? Looking to gain, get back in the game. So right now, I did just read something where it was talking about like the reason why we're seeing the buy momentum occurring with gold right now is, it's the bit of uncertainty on like what's going to happen when President-elect Trump gets into office and whatnot. The stock market, prices dropping and whatnot. So, normally people are like, okay, well, if the stock market is down, we need to get some other asset, right? Which is why we lean on gold. Hence why I still trade gold, because I'm like, people gonna always buy it. It doesn't matter what, they're still gonna buy it. Okay. So on a 4 hour, I'm seeing if I probably can do this last dip here, because it looks like gold is sitting in this area. I'm gonna see if it's another one, and then I could probably remove that one. No, it's in there. It's still in that 5618 for, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do two on top of each other. All right, so it's still in that 5618, and it's at the day. This hit the day low here. So let's look at the hour. All right, so again, I trade candlestick patterns, right? So I showed you with USDJPY what I was looking for. This is considered a bullish engulfing. We have a small red candle here. This green candle engulfs the red one as far as the body goes. This is the body of the candle. This is the body of this candle right here. This body completely engulfs that one. That's why it's called the bullish engulfing, right? Only issue with this is this confirmation candle does not close above the high of this engulfing. So based on the candlestick pattern, I would not trade this one. And I know somebody be like, oh, but you're missing out on money. Yeah, okay, that's cool, but that doesn't always play out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for consistency, right? So I know for me, I wouldn't have been able to trade that. Even if I would have saw it, I wouldn't have took that today. Plus, it's outside of my window too. My trading time. This one is. So what I will be looking for, if this indeed is going to continue to buy, if it's going to continue to buy and not push down, then I will need to see price push up. Where's my thing? I will need to see price finish doing this and then form a new bullish candlestick pattern. But I would like to see that bullish candlestick pattern close above the top of this golden zone here, which is the 5618, right? So I want to see, I'll make that white. And then I'm going to type break and close. Right? If it don't do that, don't take the trade at all. I would not. I would not. And then I need to find an area for potential profit. Like, I don't really see anything on the hour here. Maybe I would have to go to the 4 hour, because there's really nothing here at all. That's weird. Nothing on the 4 hour either. Jesus. Okay. Let me see if it's like that on the 1 hour. No. It's not really. Yeah, I don't like this. I guess I have to stick with the 4 hour show. Yeah. Okay. So let's just say this does break and close. Let me put this in here. Take profit 1. Not fro. 4 buy. 4 buy. If y'all have any questions too, feel free to type it in the chat. For those of you watching the live, if you're watching the replay, you can still, TP2. You can still type it in the comments. And I'll come back. Okay, so if we have our break and close above here for a buy, depending on how far down this goes, that'll determine where my stop loss will be, right? So the formation of the bullish candlestick pattern, whatever the low is of that bullish candlestick pattern, that's normally where my stop loss goes, either right at the low of it or a little bit below it. I'm going to tell you now what goal. My stop loss normally is somewhere between like 60 and 80 pips. The only way I would do higher than that is if like there's a massive run that's going on and I could see clear as day, like, yo, the trend is there, the momentum is there, and I'm going to take this trade, right? That's the only way. Outside of that, I don't normally have really higher than that for my stop loss. So between 60 and 80 pips on average. So depending on how far down this goes and then our bullish candles appear, that's going to determine where the stop loss will be. Okay, so I'm just going to do one here. So like this is a low so far. If this goes lower than that, that's fine. So I'm just going to use this candle over here. This is a hypothetical stop loss, y'all. I don't know where the price is going to go down to, but possible stop loss. And then I want to do the calculation and then see. So this is 50, 56, 57 pips. So that means we wouldn't be able to use this one. This one will more than likely be take profit 1. Okay. What you could do as well, for my people who are familiar with trailing stop losses, you could actually use this as a area to make your trailing stop loss, right? So you're securing your profit. So let's say this is your take profit 1, but if price comes here, you can set an alert, especially with TradingView. You can set an alert, and then you can set your make your trailing stop loss. So move your stop loss from here to this price point. Now you secure the profit from wherever it closed that up here and you entered. So from here to here, that's your profit, is yours. So if the market does continue to go up and hit your TP2, cool, you still in the money. But if it were to start coming up, but don't quite hit this area, right? And it comes back down, you still made money because you moved your stop loss from here, or this area in here, to up here. All right. But you can activate a trailing stop loss as well. But that's something that you would have to make sure that your broker allows you to do. Okay. All right. So that's TP2 and then TP3 for the buy. Now, because this gold is in this golden zone here, and it could potentially push back down, because as you can see on the 1 hour, gold has been selling, And this could just be pullback and then it goes back into a sell, right? So if that's the case, then I will use this as my break and close for the sale, because I see price set here before. It's open here before. And then it touched here again. So we got a little bit of movement in this area. So I will use this as an area to say, hey, if price breaks and close below here, I can be looking at a potential sale. And now I just need to identify my areas for a potential sale, right? For my take profit, I mean. So depending on how far down this goes, this could be a take profit 1, which is a previous day low. Remember, I use the top-down analysis to help me to identify areas where price has been and where it has the potential to come back to. This take profit will be dependent upon my risk to reward. Okay, so if this does indeed sell, and it does this, okay, then cool. All right, if this is a good risk to reward, awesome, I'll run it. If it's not, I'm going to find another area. None of this look, hold on. Change this to a line real quick. And if it's hard to see sometimes for me, it's like, nah, I just want to be sure. Like, I don't like this because it's not really. So 1, 2. Yes, it's only 2. Okay. What about? Nope. Okay, so I got to stick with that one. All right, so I got another one. So I'm going to give 2 take profit points here for potential sale. And this is only if price does turn around and goes for a sale. I keep doing this. TP2, Leona. TP2. All right. So I'm going to do a vertical line here so that way I know where we were at. And I need to put possible stop loss for buy. Okay. There we go. Now, also, like I said, with this red line, y'all, we could use this as a potential area for a break and close below for a sale. And depending on the risk to reward, this could be our take profit 1. If this is not a good risk to reward and it's not at least a 1 to 2, then we could be looking at this one for our take profit 1. But again, you can use this to move your stop loss from up here somewhere, right, to down here, secure your profit. And if price continues to push down, that's fine. Let it do its thing and hit your take profit. If it doesn't and it comes back up, you've already secured profit. You don't make money for the day. Clap it up. Go on about your business. All right. Any questions on gold? Remember, y'all trade candlestick patterns, and I trade on a 1 hour. I know there's some people that probably trade on lower time frames. Kudos to you, right? I have traded on lower time frames. I'm practicing getting back into that. So that way when the market switches up, I'm back to lower time frames and still having the consistency, that I've had with the 1 hour. Okay. That's my goal. I don't want to just do something just because. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm moving on to SPX500. SPX500 it is. All right, I'm hurrying up, y'all. I did not realize it's already 10 o'clock. Jesus. Time is going by. I don't think I did this the previous month. I did do the previous month. Okay. So I have been on here. Let me take this off. I'm going to take all these lines off because I'm going to start over. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Type it in the chat. And I will answer to the best of my ability to help you out. But if this is helping you while I'm doing this top-down analysis, if this is helping you, then and you know someone that could use a little help, don't hurt to share. You can share with them. If they watch it, great. If they don't, that doesn't matter. All right, you did your part by sharing. That's all that matters. I would do this one, but the week and the month are like too close, like way too close. So I'm not going to do it. I just know that the week is there. Previous week low is there. All right, so now we're doing the previous day low, previous day high. While I'm doing this, y'all, if you feel comfortable, type like, what's your routine before you enter a trade? What are some of the things that you know, like, hey, I have to do these things so that way I can get the same result every single time? What are some of those things? Type them in the chat for me while I'm doing this. As you can see, this is one of my must-haves, must-do things. I was playing. Okay. All right, so I got my day high and day low marked. So SPX500, looking at this. So we do have our sale for sure. That's been going on. So we have high. This is a lower high, lower high, lower high. Same lower highs here, lower high, lower high, lower high. And if this starts to sell, then we'll have a lower high here as well. Now here's the trip though, because this is a lower low here, but this one isn't lower than that one. So it kind of throw you off. You would think that price would just continue to buy because this low is higher than this one, right? But nope, it turned around and it pushed back down. So we made another lower low here. So we could see the sale just looking at this. And if you see something different, by all means, chime in, y'all, because we all students at the end of the day. But what I see is that there's a potential for the sale to continue. And that means that my imbalance that has been marked here forever since November of last year, we could see this imbalance finally get filled. It's a small imbalance, but still. We could see that get filled finally. And that's only if this continues to sell, right? Like it's been doing. All right. So I'm going to go from here, this last one, to this one. So if price were to come up, this would be our supply zone, which means that price could potentially push down because there is a supply of something and we are good to go for a sell-off. We could possibly see a sell-off in this area where these dashed lines are that I'm drawing up. So this would be my supply zone. Price could potentially push back down, and that's only if it comes up. And then I do my golden zone. Now, there's some people that's like, Leona, I don't need all that. That's too much stuff for me. That's fine. You trade how you trade. I trade how I trade. Okay? But this helps me. This helps me to identify areas where price may reverse. Okay? Where I may see some pullback, where I may see some consolidation. All right? This helps me to identify those areas. Cool. All right. So right now I'm anticipating SPX500 to push down based off of what we see on the 4 hour. Okay. If you see something different, by all means, let me know. Okay. Do I trade the Dow? No, I really don't. I mark it up for people, but I don't really trade it like that. I've been a NAS girl for a long time. Not as long as I've been trading gold, but it's been, what, 3-4 years? Three and a half, I say that. For sure with NAS. So US 30, I haven't really traded like that. And then Veronica says, first I must do my top-down analysis and then add my fib, determine my take profit, and any points where price can stow, can return. I don't know. But yeah, so that's my thing. Top-down analysis. 4 hour is where I place my fib to see where price could go. Okay. In addition to the top-down analysis, once I do that, y'all, I'm on the 1 hour. I got it again. If you trade on time frames lower than what I do, that's fine. You do what you do. Okay. But this helps me. This is how I've been able to be consistent, more consistent than I have in the beginning of my trading journey. And y'all, me doing this help us to get a 78-7 record for 2024, doing these sessions every week. All right. So just saying, some work. Some work. So doing the same thing over and over again for me helps. All right. So I'm going to make this a bit wider. So we saw in the 4 hour that there was a sale, right? And this is where we are right now. So there's no clear pattern whatsoever. Again, y'all, I don't trade indices or gold at night. I only do that during New York session. Gold, London, and New York session. But indices, New York session only. I don't trade them any other time of day. If you trade them at any other time of day, by all means, if it works for you, it works for you. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't, though. All right. But there's no candlestick pattern here. So actually for SPX 500, there's nothing to do. Okay. So the only thing I can do is establish potential profit areas, right, for New York session tomorrow. Okay. So let's just say that the sale does happen. Okay. Well, that means that I will be looking for some type of movement. Is more than likely going to come through here. So that means this area may not be a good take profit, because if price is going to be moving down, then we could see this is all filled up, right? So I will be looking at potentially down here being a profit area. So I'm going to, and y'all, this is only if price does sell. So if it comes down, then I want to see it pull back, and then boom. Okay. So it could come down in here, pull back up a bit, and then come. I want to see this break and close. So I'm going to put break and close for a sale. And this is me anticipating that overnight price is going to be in here if it indeed does sell. Okay. And then again, this is going to be my potential take profit one. And this all depends on risk to reward. Okay. If my risk to reward is great, I keep it. If it's not, then I'm going to use me. I use an imbalance. This is the old imbalance from last year that has not been filled yet. So I will use this as my take profit. Okay. You use the top of it. You use the bottom of it. Whatever you want to do. Okay. But for me, I'm going to use the bottom, because if this is my take profit one, this is super close, So I'm going to use the bottom for sell. Bam. Now, let's say we have a buy that happens. Okay. So this is actually an imbalance here. This impulsive candle. So this is a imbalance here, this space, this gap. So price could come here or here and then push back down. So I'm going to use the bottom of this because this is where that imbalance starts. I'm going to use the bottom of that as a take profit for the buy. And that's only if the risk to reward is there, y'all. The risk to reward has to be there. If you have any other questions, feel free. Type them in the chat. Not for sale, for buy, Leona. Okay. I took shorts on the Dow just now thinking that if we start close below 42,100 and NY, we probably continue to sell off. Okay. And since we did close below a daily structure low. Okay. I mean, I could look at US 30 if y'all want to. I only have Bitcoin left. So this is the sell, and then this is the buy. Bam. And then I will use the top of this. See right here. All right, that would be TP2. All right, so looking at possible TP2 here for buy. Again, y'all, everything depends on how the market moves overnight, right? So I would say even just looking to the left of where it's at right now. This will be a breaking close. So we need to see price push up, come down, retrace, possibly. It doesn't have to come all the way back, y'all. Just a sell candle. All right. Form a new bullish candlestick pattern. Bam, go back up. All right. So, and that just depends on how, excuse me, how the market moves overnight. Okay. Boom. And then I could do the top of this for take profit 3. Make that green. All right. So SPX500 is done. Y'all should see this. If you have any questions, if this is not how you trade, that's fine, y'all. Work with what works for you. Okay. Sometimes, like I go to people who taught me back in the day. I go to their sessions just to confirm. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need a little bit of confirmation because you don't want to get comfortable, right? So that's what I do. I was actually on one of the sessions this morning with one of the people who initially taught me how to trade Forex. And I went on his session this morning. I was like, okay, yeah. So we're saying the same thing. And this dude makes millions of dollars, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, so there we go. So SPX 500 is complete. And then I'll do Bitcoin on my own, y'all, because I know not everybody trade Bitcoin. I'll look at US 30 for y'all. All right, so again, I'm doing my top-down analysis. This is my standard, okay? I do the previous month, week, day. High and low for both. So previous month, I need to get this off of here. See, it's been a minute since I marked this up. This one that run up was happening. All right, so this is the previous month high. And this can't be right. This is December. Oh, okay. That is right. All right, and bam. All right, so Fluidity FX. What time frame do you trade on? Can you type it in the chat? All right, so I got my month high, got my month low mark. I see you, Mr. Terrence. What's up? What's up? Glad to see you still trading, man. So many people don't fell off. Them people that was trading when you back in like 2021, 2020, even 2022, they gone. They like, I can't do it. I done lost so much money. You ain't learned your lesson. All right. So I'm doing my week low as well. I guess Mr. Fluidity FX has left the building. All right, so I got that. Now I'm gonna do my day, y'all, and then we're gonna look at what is the market showing us on the 4 hour. We can check it out. Check it out. If y'all have any other questions, though, feel free to drop it in the chat. All right, so now I got my previous day high and day low. I got my weekday high and day low. I mean week low, and I have my month high and month low. So let's see. Ugh. This is just straight sideways. Like, what is going? I mean, I know it's going down, but it's like, ugh. Okay, so I see you say I do the same as you, the top down. I like to use from the 10 minutes to 4 hour for entries. Okay. I just like hearing how people trade. And plus, I want people to know that there's no right or wrong way to trade as long as you get the results you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're consistent with getting the results you want, then the way you trade it works. It's that simple. All right. So I don't necessarily like, I see the sale, but it's not like USDJPY earlier. It's not as fluid. You know what I'm saying? So we have our high here. Well, this was a high. That one was lower, but this one came higher. Then we have our lower, but this one was higher. Now we have a lower, possible lower high. Right? I don't like when charts are like this on a 4 hour because that raises concern for me. You know? All right, so Fluidity FS says, for instance, I took some buys on gold earlier this evening based on the fact that I got a low, been on the 30-minute and hourly form on the top 4 hour highs. Okay. All right. It works for you. It works for you. So I'm going to do my fill from here. Because this was after this last pull back to the upside, and then it went down again. I'm gonna go from here to this last low here. Jesus, I don't know why I didn't do that first. I'm over here struggling trying to see. Golly. Okay. So if this indeed is selling, then we should see price hitting some of these areas and pushing back down. So my supply zone again, that's one part of it. The second one is the second part to my supply zone. Bam. And now I'm doing my golden zone, which is strong retracement, the 50% and the 61.8. Now I will say this for some people who like if you trade on lower time frames, I already know like having boxes, these rectangles and whatnot, you probably won't have that on there. You'll probably do a line or something, like a horizontal ray or something to let you know that this is where my fib was at. Or you'll probably place your fib and then do the horizontal ray or something like that. Because I know boxes on smaller time frames, it's covering the whole thing. You like, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. I got it. All right. So now I have my field complete. So what I will be looking for is if this does not continue to sell, the price is gonna come here, push down, or come in here, play around, or just blow straight through it. Those are the three options, y'all. Price come up here, push down. Come in here, go sideways again, like this, okay? Play around in here, or just blow straight through it. Everybody got it? So I will be looking, let me go to the 1 hour, because these candlestick patterns are saying buy, but this is saying potential sell. Okay, I made that too wide. My bad. So I have here on the hour, I have a bearish harami. I have my mother candle. I have my baby candle. Green first, red second. Then I have a confirmation. It didn't confirm below that, so this wouldn't be a good setup for me. All right. You do what you do. I do what I do. So I will be waiting for a new bearish candlestick pattern to appear. So that means if this is green, I want to see a bearish engulfing, a big body red candle. Come down here, close below here, right? And y'all, there may be a bit of pullback, okay? I don't trade US30 like that, so Fluidity FX might be able to tell us if it pulled back a lot or not. But if there is some pullback, then great. Even if it's just one candle, y'all, that pushes back up and then forms a new bearish candlestick pattern, that's cool. All right. And then this US30, so there's a lot of movement. So let's see. I'm pretty sure there may be something before this. What am I thinking? Say, yeah, you charting the same exact idea that I have too. Okay. All right. Awesome. So, let me see how many pips, roughly points. So I don't know about y'all, but like certain indices, like NAS, I don't attempt to go all the way. SPX500, I definitely do, but like NAS, I break it down. The max I push for is 100. You know what I'm saying? The max I push for is 100. But I do like 50, 100. To be honest, because sometimes, man, NAS be on some. NAS be playing games. So, but totally up to you how you do it. Trying to see if I can get in the both. Let's see. So it's right here. Okay. Bam. All right. So the line you changed to green is where I was referring to, saying if we close below there, we could probably continue going lower. Okay. So let me see what it look like on a 4-hour then. So I see like over here. So we have our pushback, but it broke through it. So even this right here, because price came here, pushed back up. So it pivoted here, came down, pushed back up, and went into the buy. And then it came down, closed up, and then finally broke down. So if anything, this would be a strong one for me for the break and close, possibly. But tomorrow, I mean, like seeing it for a sale tomorrow. But we'll see, you know. So I don't know if anybody does trade outside of New York session. I would not do it, but if you do, by all means, do what you do. I would say analyze and make sure everything gives you the risk to reward that you want. All right. Everything should give you the risk to reward that you want. Y'all remember, especially if you day trade like me, if you swing trade for sure, like you should not be looking for anything less than a 1 to 2. 1 to 3 is even better. That is ideal. Again, risk to reward. And then possible 3. All right. And then I'm going to do, if this buys, let me see. I'm trying to see where I could see a potential like break and close. So this is a, oh Lord. Hold on. Is this a oh, Dow Jones? Yeah, this has the what you call it. So the imbalance. So I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Okay. I'm gonna take the line, I'm gonna take it off because I know for some people it's like too much going on. Let me take this off for a second. And then I'll put the line back on there and make it white. So remember how I mentioned imbalances, right? There's 3 candles that helps you identify the imbalance. The first one is just your regular candle movement, right? The second candle is your impulsive move either to the upside or downside. That's this candle. Then the third candle is the candle that follows the impulsive candle, right? So in this case, the sale happened. We have a regular candle just doing this regular movement. This is the low. This starts our area to identify our imbalance, right? So this is the start of it. This is our impulsive move. This is the close of our imbalance because this is how high price went up before pushing back down. So here to here, this is an imbalance. Price is going to need to feel this at some point. If y'all have been trading for a while, then you know that the market does patterns. It repeats. It may not do exactly what it did before, but it's going to do something similar. So with an imbalance like this, that there's going to be a time, either this week, next week, whatever, okay, that price is going to fill this gap, okay, which is called an imbalance. So what I would say is I will be looking for at least a bottom. This will be my break and close area. So I'm going to delete this. I just want y'all to get the visual as to why I'm about to do this. This is where I'll be anticipating a break and close for a buy. Okay, because that means that price is going to be looking to fill that imbalance. That makes sense? If it don't, let me know, y'all. If it do, let me know. All right, and then the bottom of this, which is almost the point of that imbalance. If the risk to reward is there, this will be your take profit one for a buy. Did I confuse you or you good? Yeah, always make sure you look at your risk to reward. Always, always, always. If y'all good, let me know. If you confused, let me know. All right, so I'm gonna do these two with 3, and then oops, I thought I pressed it, and then that'll be it. And if y'all haven't TP2, Jesus, Leona. Oh my gosh. Risk to reward. And last one. And then I will use the top of this as a final TP. The top of it. All right. So same thing here. We need to see price be very clear, all right, on what it's going to do. Pow, 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 pow. All right. Any questions at all on any of the 3 that we have marked up? We marked up USD. Actually, no, we marked up 4. So we marked up USD, JPY, Gold, SPX500, and US30. Any questions on anything we marked up today or tonight? Y'all got your screenshots. I hope y'all got your screenshots. All right. So that's it, y'all. That's it. That's all. This was good. Thank y'all for participating. I appreciate it. I love when like people, comment back, because then it's like I'm not talking to myself. All right. So let's wrap this up. For my people who are brand new to trading and you don't want to spend a bunch of money and you just want to see if trading is for you, okay? Then I would say consider the FOREX starter kit, and that's only if you're like, no, I really want to like get the basics and whatnot. I want to know what these terms are. I want to have an idea of like how leverage works, margin works, all of these terms that I hear people say and I'm confused on. The FOREX starter kit is what's going to help you get started. All right. And that way, this is pretty much like, for me, I'm a Starbucks person, right? So that's a Starbucks run for me. So $29.99, for some people it may be expensive. If that's expensive to you, then by all means just stick to coming to stuff for free. Okay. But $29.99 to see if it's for you and to get you started, getting you with the foundation of trading. That's a really great start. If you wanted to do something else, which is like the day trading 101, that's where you get my actual strategy and whatnot. You can actually go to my website for that. Okay. And then you can get access to that. Or you can send an email. You can go to the link tree that's in the description of this video. You can do all that stuff. All right, y'all. Find what works for you. If you're like, Leona, you cool and all, but I'm looking for something different because I'm a scalper and whatnot. Listen, y'all, I know some people who are amazing scalpers. I can refer you to them. I don't get paid and whatnot, but at the end of the day, they have taught me a lot and have helped me on my trading journey. And if that's your lane and that's what you want to do and be a scalper and whatnot, I would definitely suggest you go to those particular people is one person for sure in mind. In the Forex space, if you are a stock person, I got somebody for you. Stocks is not my strong suit when it comes to trading stocks, right? I'm more of an investor, but if you're like, nah, I really want to get into stocks, I got somebody for you. Dude has helped me out. I'm actually taking one of his courses for the options trading in the stock market and everything. Y'all, listen, I ain't a gatekeeper. I want you to win, whatever that looks like, whether it's with me, without me, I don't care. I want you to win. So if you want to get started, you're brand new, you don't really know anything about trading, but you're curious, you don't want to spend a lot of money, y'all get the starter kit. Keep coming to these sessions, keep asking questions, and trust me, you'll be well on your way to start trading. If you prefer something live and in person, I'm telling you now, I'm not saying I'm not going to do anything, but some of I'm just not in the time wasting business because life is very short. And after the year that we've started to have with people, not even my age passing away, I'm not in the business of wasting my time. So if you really want to learn how to trade with me, like especially if you want a one-on-one or whatever, then there's a process you're going to have to go through. You can send an email, okay, and inquire about it, and then I'll send you the form to fill out, and then we'll let you know if you are a good candidate to be a student. All right. If not, I got it. I'll refer you to somebody else. Okay. No big deal, y'all. I just want folks to win at the end of the day. So that's it. That's all for me. Next live market analysis is going to be on the 20th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific for my West Coast people. Y'all, that's on Mondays. Every Monday, we're going to be live here doing this. More marking up, less talking. That's the goal for 2025. So if this was better than 2024, y'all let me know. If you want me to add something else to it, just know it's going to be longer than what it's been. Oh my gosh, it's almost 2 hours, y'all. I'm so sorry. I did not realize it. We went this long. Oh man. So yeah, but if you want me to add something, by all means, I could do that. If not, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, but definitely more marking up and communication with you guys. Okay. So I appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Share, like, comment what you have learned and what you are going to apply in 2025 as a trader. Okay. So that's it. That's all. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.